The province has introduced controversial legislation that will make addictions treatment mandatory for some Albertans. The UCP government says the first-of-its-kind law would give people struggling with the most extreme addictions a chance at recovery. Critics, though, fear it could cause more harm as lawyers question its legality. CTV's Chelan Skulski reports.
We believe that we as a community shouldn't be watching people slowly kill themselves on the street.
Making a 2023 campaign promise a reality, Danielle Smith has announced legislation that will make addictions treatment mandatory if a person poses a risk to themselves or others.
If you're of sound mind, able to make your own independent decisions, you have the right to choose your medical intervention. If you're causing harm to yourself or others, then we're going to try this different pathway.
Process for intervention will begin with an application, which can be submitted by a parent, a guardian, a family member, a healthcare professional, a peace or police officer.
Applications for treatment would have to be reviewed within 72 hours by a 3-person commission made up of a physician, lawyer, and member of the public. A person could be referred into forced care for up to 3 months, community treatment for 6 months, or discharge.
Maybe if the Compassionate Intervention Act had existed then, Ashley would still be here.
While some Alberta parents welcome the proposed law, others fear it.
Forced treatment just pushes people into hiding, which, also causes a problem because then they're using substances alone.
Under the legislation, a person would not be able to refuse treatment, including being forced to take medical advice or medication, something that raises questions for this constitutional lawyer.
A court will have to determine whether or not that's a reasonable limit on people's rights to be free in their decision-making about their bodily integrity and autonomy.
As some experts say, the plan could put people at further risk in relapse.
The effectiveness of forcing people into treatment, once they relapse and their tolerance is lower, their risk of death is much higher because essentially their body is more likely to overdose.
You won't know if something works until you try it.
Parts of the legislation are expected to come into effect later this year. Chelan Skulski, CTV News, Edmonton.